Car upside down. When you come to the cemetery. We are currently at the Alberton Road Trail, going into the historic town of Daniels. Brief history of Old Daniels. Back in 1810, Thomas Ely bought the property for the purposes of making a textile mill. It was named Elysville. He had that property till about 1853, when it was bought by a James Gary. And he named the town Alberton after his son, Albert. In 1940, C.R. Daniels Company purchased the land, changed the town to Daniels, but they left the road as Alberton Road. And then it was 1968 is when they finally decided to close the mill, and all the residents were supposed to leave. So they were told to leave. Of the 280 residents, 150 decided to leave right away. The remainder stayed until they no longer could. And then in 1972, Agnes came and pretty much finished the job. So very brief history of this old town. We're gonna go see if we can see what's left. Now this trail is fairly flat and level, and it is mostly this old asphalt road. Definitely multi-use. You can ride a bike through here, you can hike. Now today, taking advantage of the fact that it's a little chillier, but when it gets really nice, it can get crowded. And as you can see with that parking lot out there, very limited parking. Here's our first remnants. Car upside down. This is about 3/4 of a mile in, a little bit less than 3/4 of a mile. And as you're coming up, just keep your eyes out on the side, mostly on the right-hand side, because you can see up through here some old foundations. Oh yeah. They're not too terribly far off the road. Never seen this before. Some sort of cage. It looks semi-old. Every time I come back up here, I find something new. Especially since I've been coming up before the leaves and the trees get all their leaves and flowers bloom, because you can definitely see things from the road. And off to our left here into the river, you can see where a truck trailer had come off of the tracks during the storm. A little trail right here, you can get to it. And up there's the tracks. After you pass that truck is when you're going to want to start looking off to your right. Sometimes it's kind of clearly visible. I know that the more overgrown the season gets, it's harder to see. You walk in off the trail, and as you can see, is shortly after the truck in the water, and depending upon how overgrown it is, you should be able to see this opening. It's going to be a pretty good incline. Up this way, there's going to be 2 more cars, and I think it's the St. Stanislaus, if I'm saying that right, St. Stanislaus Caustic Church. Were struck by lightning in 1927 and burned down. A lot of historians believe that a lot of the records for the town were kept in that church and were destroyed by that fire. So let's go up here and I'll show you the cars and the church and the cemetery. As you come up, when it's not as overgrown, you'll see the church, and there's a car. There's actually another car down here too. When you come up, this opening you'll be able to see, but as everything grows up, it starts to get sort of kind of engulfed and hidden. But you just come down, because I didn't realize as you come back up the trail, just before you get to the other car, another small path here. We'll get you back down to this one. This trail does continue down a little bit, so we can go explore for a second and kind of sketch about how soft this ground is. Not really sure what that is. Just out to a clearing, doesn't look like anything. Pretty short. Oh, that's our main road down there. Amazing the shortcuts you find when there's no leaves on the trees. And the second car. Still got the motor. And you just continue up this path, take it to the church. Follow this path around. I just noticed this too. Portion of the church that rolled down. This path continues pretty much all the way around. And on this side, you'll see another path. Once again, it will be severely overgrown eventually. But you come up through here, and it's when you come to the cemetery. mistaken, last time I was here, I found there might be a couple more back here. It is really starting to get overgrown quick. Yeah. Here's one. Oh, here's another. Can't read it. You get back to the church on the other side. Yeah, this is that second path. And we'll go back down there. The other one led us up just on that side because the cars are down there. But this one does not get overgrown as much. And this one's easy to find because you just look for this caged in rock formation thing. So you're coming up the trail and you'll see that, and you know, it gets you there in case you can't see the church. I'll save you guys a trip. You don't need to go up there. There's really nothing up there. It leads out to a neighborhood. So we'll make our way, see some more foundations and the second church. We are back down to Alberton. Continue on, but off in the distance here, across the river, is believed to be where the textile mill was. It's now privately owned. The building is there. There's another church that used to be on the property. But like I said, all that over there is private property and we can't get on. I've never asked, but maybe one day I will. As we continue on, up in our distance, we can see some more foundation. Wow, you can really see it clear. It gets overgrown pretty quick, but you just follow this little trail back. And as you can tell, it starts here, goes all the way up and around. Not too much up here. Starts to become private property up there. This is pretty wild. Old barrel. It's pretty interesting. I'm curious if that could be like a storefront, because I know the one we saw back there, I have a picture. It's hard to zoom in, but it almost resembles as if the one back there could be from where residences were, and this could be like a storefront. Possibly. Curious minds would like to know. Here's some more foundation. I mean, it's literally right off the road. Yeah, this goes all the way through here and back up there. Yeah. So, more steps right there. More steps here. This must have been something big. Super cool. New things are discovered each time. Never saw this before. So cool. All right, let's continue on, shall we? Where the old train used to be. And just as you come under the train bridge is where you'll come to our second church. This was the Daniels Pentecostal Church, which ran all the way up until the town was abandoned. Now, folklore has it, I've been up here a couple of times and graffiti changes, and I have heard that one of the locals comes up here and repaints it white. They give the kids a brand new canvas. Walk in. The bell. As you get close to the falls, you'll see that there's another trail that kind of branches off. And I was looking up, that's another way to, I think it takes it out back to Wright's Mill. There's a whole bunch of trails that kind of connect to one another and lead to different places. But as you come up here, there's a little overlook to the Daniels Dam. And straight through there is the parking lot off of Daniels Road, where you can come down and get to that side. And I think there's a trail that picks up down there that can wrap you back around this way and meet up with that other trail. So let's continue on the trail past that overlook. There are a couple of spots. They're not, sometimes they can be risky. All right, another trail here. I can climb over this tree though. There we go. Like I was saying before, you cut down that path to get to the falls, but if you continue this way, I think this is going to take you off toward the Daniels roadside. That'll go toward the Wright's Mill. It's marked. Like I said, check your maps to be sure. But yeah, as you take this path, it'll take you all the way around to the top side of the falls. So, yep. And like I said, if you want to continue, you can. But primarily, I wanted to make this video as a part of the abandoned town of Daniels. So, start making our way back. So now I got the little brief history of Eli's Town turned Daniels and Alberton Road. See you on the next one.